lot's changed, as y'all can see. A lot of trees gone. Yeah, we started that project in mid-February. Got them all cut down, got the debris hauled off, had a stump grinder come in, grind all the stumps, and I've been working on filling the stump holes, grading everything out as smooth as I can. Still got quite a few high spots, a couple low spots, but you know, I'm just going to try and smooth that out over the years. All these spots are where trees used to be, so we're going to try and grow some grass in, do a spring seeding, but the weather's playing tricks on me. So I wanted to show y'all, you know, we're going to extend the grass line to about right here. You can see where I have my debris raked back, just kind of like a straight line right through here. So I'm going to rototill all this, smooth it back out, pick the rocks out, grade it back off. Gonna seed this area pretty heavy, seed all the big bare areas really heavy, and then do a light overseeding on pretty much everything else, except for the back. And I'll tell you more about that when we get back there. Had the deck tore down. Well, we tore it down, but just got all the materials laid. They'll have that done in a week or two. Gonna have the new deck. So like I said, we're going to be seeding all the way down through here. Got to rototill all this because it's the compaction is really bad. We're gonna seed just to where the fence line is. We're gonna stop right there. I'm gonna seed just this small area right in here, but we're just gonna, where there's just too many contractors and stuff going through this area, so the back's gonna have to wait. Well, we're finally able to get back at it. I'm gonna try and talk over the noise in the back. We're having a deck put on, but it's finally time to aerate. We got the aerator out here, all attached, ready to go. Everything's leveled out. I wanted to do this a week ago, but we had these late season freezes. We got down to 26 degrees last night, but everything from here on out is going to be in the 40s at night, which so anyway, we got this all leveled out. Continually to pick out rocks, but for the time being it's good enough. But yeah, I'm ready to get this thing going. Here we go. Well, you can see how much the sun angle has changed. We've been aerating for hours, and you can see like we pulled so many plugs. We really went over it a lot, and so you guys can see, you know, where some of the tree stumps were, those holes that got filled in. I got a garden weasel, and I'll make sure that's weaseled in real good. But yeah, got it beat up pretty good. This is exactly what I wanted. Got this whole big bare area right here. Like I said, the whole thing isn't getting seeded. As a matter of fact, you can kind of see on camera right where that line is, going right down the side there. So all that section right there, I don't know, it's about 1,000, maybe 2,000 square feet. But we're gonna start throwing some seed down here as soon as I finish this cigarette. I needed a break. And then I'll set up the irrigation. We're expecting really slow, steady rain over the next 3 days. If it's consistent enough, I'll have the irrigation turned off. But man, up here on the mountains, it'll go hours in between those sessions without rain. And if I start to see anything drying out, then, you know, we'll be putting that water back to it. But we got Old Faithful, 25-year-old spreader. But this is the Heritage Artemis Tall Fescue. This is good stuff. Blue tag certified. Y'all can see these are all the different cultivars in it. Really nice, top of the line, lateral spread cultivars. So yeah, I know it takes, you know, a year or two for the plant to get to the maturity stage for it to actually send out those rhizomes and spread, but you know, everything, I'm trying to make everything easier in the long run, right? That's why I removed a lot of these trees. So I'm gonna spread this and get to it. And one other thing I wanted to say, don't sleep on this AgriFab pull behind aerators. They're a little expensive at first, but they're really worth it. They really did an incredible job. Let me see if I can get it from a better angle so you guys can see I really hope the camera's picking this up, because, I mean, it really pulls some plugs. I've used so many different aerators over the years, walk-behinds, the Stinger ride-ons. Stinger ride-on, nothing can touch that as far as aeration goes. But that pull-behind is every bit as good as the walk-behind rental one. So, word to the wise, just buy once, cry once. It is April 21st. We're officially 12 days after seeding. And let me tell you guys, this has been the most stressful seeding I've ever done. It took 12 days to get germination. Let's see if we can get in here and get some of them on camera. I'm not even sure the camera's picking them up. It's just barely sprouted all through here. There's lots of little babies. Trying to make sure this is focusing. I really can't tell, but I'm about to get hit by the sprinkler, so I'm gonna get out of here. But 12 days for germination. Goodness, dude. Like, these bare spots are really taking their time. So, all right, April 30th, we are officially 3 weeks after seeding, and this grass really took its time. We finally got a rain last night, so we're actually getting decent germination. Some of these bare spots out here have a lot more coverage coming in than others, but I'm constantly going through and still picking rocks out. The big ones, little tiny ones, that's not a problem. But a lot of grass is germinating. I'm actually going to put down a fertilizer today, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Here's another spot that has decent germination coming in. Fertilizer should really help everything pop a little bit better. Tons of germination all through here. I got a lot of rocks to come through and just get out the way. Just the big ones. Again, I'm not going to get pretty much anything smaller than this. I'm not worried about. But you can see we've extended the grass line, so that should blend pretty well. This whole area is slowly filling in. On the side looks really good too. The midday shade that the house provides to the side, I think, has helped retain some moisture and just help it pop a little harder. But this is filling in pretty well, this bare area here. Fescue just takes a minute in the spring. New deck looks good. So that's about it right now. Still working on this bit over here, edging that out. We got a bunch of plants to put in there. Put contractor's paper underneath the mulch. Looks pretty good. Well, the windows are almost done on the house, but I gotta get some fertilizer spread. So this is what we're working with today. This is the Stay Grain brand 13-13-13. I needed some phosphorus for the seed. Sulfur, that really doesn't mean anything to me. I really just need the balanced fertilizer. So I'm gonna spread this over the entire lawn, including the back, even though I didn't put any seed down in the back. But yeah, I just need to fertilize and feed everything, and then I'll throw the irrigation back on and water it all in. We're supposed to get 4 days of rain, scattered thunderstorms, and just consistent rainfall and stuff like that. So I want to get this fertilizer down, and hopefully it will jump up out of the ground, because I'm really tired. Like, it's almost doing kind of like what bluegrass does, the whole spout and pout thing. Like, this has been the height of this grass for like a week. I know this might not be the best example area. Here's another spot. I know there's a lot of rocks, and I'm going through and I'm still picking the stuff out. It's not going to be immaculate. There's no way I can get it immaculate. So yeah, like, you guys can see all the rocks it growing up through. It is what it is. That's literally how it is throughout all of the thick areas, the established areas. So I'm gonna get this spread and get it watered in, and I don't know, next update will probably be in a few days, maybe a week. I'm hoping it'll be tall enough in 4 days that the mower can actually cut it. I want to cut it this Sunday. It's Thursday now, so enough talking. I need to spread some fertilizer. It is Sunday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And I'm going to try and get a mow on this. The majority of the baby grass is just simply not tall enough to get hit with the mower, but I just can't let the mature grass get any taller than what it is. Some of it's 4.5, 5 inches. So we're gonna take it on down today with the mower, a little walk behind, try and get it done quick before we get more rain this afternoon. We got 1 inch of rain since I put down the fertilizer 3 days ago. And so now it's, the sun and the nice weather coming up is really going to start growing, hopefully. I'm really I've never had fescue sprout and pout, sorry, excuse me, like bluegrass does, but that's what this is doing. I put down that starter fertilizer 3 days ago, like I said, inch of rain. Hopefully we get some more sun and get a mow on it and get it going. And there it is, first official mow of the year. I went over some high spots earlier in the season, but this is the first time I went over the whole thing, so all in all, not terrible. This is just a really slow process. Growing grass from seed in the spring is miserable. Honestly, got a lot filled in, and with that even cut, it does look pretty sharp. We just gotta get all these little babies to come in and mature and fill all this out. It's gonna look sharp. It is. I'm gonna take y'all down the side and show you all the back, but the extended grass line doesn't look too terrible. We're definitely gonna have to seed it again in the fall, but coming down around the side here now, as you can see, I mean, a mowing really does make a difference. Make the grass just look way better than it actually does. Still picking out rocks. That's going to be just an ongoing thing for probably the foreseeable future, but this whole area looking all right. A couple thinner spots, but all these spots got seed in them. Little babies coming up. There's a giant tree right here. And then I don't even know if I showed this other spot on camera over here, but when I was cutting out that front bed that I'm working on, I had a lot of mature grass, sod, whatever you want to call it. I was cutting out, and I placed it right over here. Can y'all see that? This circle. This is all sod, just chunks taken out from that other spot. It's actually coming in pretty good. That still looks pretty good. So, not terrible. Well, it's May 8th. I'll put the second mow on it, and you can see it's really starting to fill in really well. Still a couple thinner areas where them trees were. I think I just need to put down more seed, but man, honestly, I just feel like we're too late in the season to be trying to fill in stuff. So a lot of the thinner spots are just gonna have to fill in the fall when I see it again. But honestly, man, I'm happy with the result. I know spring seedings are tough, but like when you look down here, like there are seeds of every stage of development. I think a lot of the seeds got buried too deep, and so it took them a lot longer to come up out of the ground. Like, I don't know, here's a good example. Like these things didn't get hit by the mower, but all this new grass here and up in here, some of the stuff got hit by the mower. So hopefully in time it'll just continue to thicken up. Now I know it takes, what is it, fescue's like 200 days to full maturity, something like that. So hopefully it'll just be strong enough to get through some of the summer heat. Got the flower bed done. Looks as good as it can with that 25-year-old sidewalk on it, but I think it turned out pretty nice. Side yard looks really, really good too. Honestly, the side yard, for some reason, just came in so much better than most of the other spots I seeded, honestly. Which is crazy because this was the main route and hauling off all the tree debris. And it don't even look like a tractor really went through here. So, looks better in the sun too, when the sun's hitting it. It's in the shade right now. Y'all remember there was a big tree right here backfilled that in. This spot actually took really, really well. There are quite a few grassy weeds coming up in it. I think like some early stages of some, we get a lot of foxtail around here, so I think a lot of this is foxtail. But there also may be some crabgrass in there too. Can't really tell until it tillers out a little bit more, but yeah, I think that whole spot came in pretty darn well. And then we literally we stopped at the door on the fence. Don't laugh at my door, it's temporary. That's where we stopped with the seeding. So all the trees that were taken out in the back, or the stumps that were grinded, we've just, like I said, I had too much construction going on here. This is where a lot of the lumber was staged for the new deck. And so it's still recovering from, a pallet sitting there and boards laying across here. It did recover pretty well though. Just a little fertilizer and a couple mowings. And so this is the back. All right, another quick update. Monday, May the 12th. Going on 5 weeks this Wednesday, in 2 days. And we're actually about to get a ton of rain over the next 3 to 4 days. I'm gonna go ahead and just let it get shaggy. It's already a little shaggy. I cut it 3 days ago and it's already a little shaggy from the fertilizer I put down. But we still have a lot of these thin spots, like where the trees were. A lot of these are really filled in, but some of them are like really thin. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough seed to do all of them. This is just a gallon Ziploc. And then my trusty garden weasel. Y'all already know how that works. You guys have seen every YouTuber, every lawn YouTuber use it. I'm not gonna show y'all how to do it. Y'all know how to do it. Definitely gonna try and get some seed down before this rain comes, and hopefully we can get a decent result. Today is Tuesday, May 20th, and that's a day away from being 6 exact weeks from doing the seeding. And honestly, this is probably best case scenario for trying to get this done in the spring. As you can see, I still have a couple of bare spots. I actually spot seeded these a few days ago. And the same complaint I've had in the last few clips, so slow to germinate. Like, I spot seeded these like over 7 days ago and there still is no germination. And I've been hand watering all these. I'm gonna soak them down again right now and let this rain come in and water it in some more. But we finally got that tractor mower out here. Got some pretty nice stripes, and it has thickened up quite a bit. It's looking a lot better. The height of cut is 4 inches, and that's what we're going to be cutting at the rest of the year. The Artemis patch over here, this is a straight Artemis, that extension that we added to the yard, is just looking great. A few thinner spots in there, and that's just due to the rockiness. This is an old stump that we got to get out. These spots aren't too bad as far as rock's concerned. I'm not sure what happened with the germination in these spots, but you can see right here, these are some of the more bigger, rockier spots. So, and we'll be cleaning all that out before seeding in the fall. So, more thinner areas, but again, problems for the fall. The side yard just looks wonderful. Filled in great. Super thick and lush. Can't even tell that there was a tree right there. And then the rest of the backyard, like I said, we seeded over to the front of the fence. This whole area filled in really good. And we just stopped like right here in front of this tree. So more fall work. Got to put a manhole cover that's level with the lawn for the septic tank. I'm going to backfill this one in, grow grass, and then we're going to fill in all these other spots where trees used to be. Some of them have actually got pretty close to level. They don't need much dirt. But there's also a couple dips and low spots throughout here. But I'm gonna be honest, my focus the rest of the season is gonna be putting this garden together. Got quite a few beds already built. Got one filled, just gotta get it planted. And then I just gotta fill that next one. But I'll do a whole separate video on the garden. But this is what the yard's looking like. It looks good. I'm really happy with the results. And I cannot remember if I showed this in a clip or not. If I did, then here's the update. This is the sod patch, and when I really focus on it, you can still kind of see it. But honestly, again, as an experiment, like, I couldn't have hoped for anything better. So I may end up sodding all of these spots in the fall, depending on how much grass I have survived, because I'm going to be edging out quite a few more beds. But okay, this is like, we're getting there, guys. Like, there's a thinner spot, but a lot of this is. So that's the woodpecker. He's been going off all day. Shout out to the peonies and my wife's beautiful rose. They're just looking drop dead gorgeous. We got this bed all done, but final update, final thing I'll say is we're gonna be getting all this rain Thursday. Gonna let it dry out a little bit because that's a lot of rain. Friday I'm gonna put another fresh mow on it, and I am spraying all the weeds out. And I'm gonna do a separate video all on that, but I'm gonna spray the weeds. We got some crazy mosquitoes, and despite how beautiful the rose is, we got some aphid problems that we've been battling constantly. So gonna be doing some insect control and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do that in a separate video, but that's it for now.